An hours-long SWAT situation finally comes to an end in El Dorado County. The suspects involved accused of stabbing a victim. You're getting a look at them now. Both suspects now facing charges of assault with a deadly weapon.
And this all started around 8 last night as some sort of confrontation, and that happened there on a home on Toyin Drive. That's in Diamond Springs. Both suspects were arrested after a 5-hour standoff at another home on Matrix Court. Fox 40's Doug Johnson has more on why the standoff lasted so long.
Most in Diamond Springs probably drive right past Matrix Court, a private drive nudge behind the Valero gas station on Pleasant Valley Road, without ever noticing it. Saturday night, it was hard to miss the massive police presence and El Dorado SWAT team that was gathered there.
Everybody was here. And they had fire, ambulance, 10, 12 cars, cop cars, undercover, regular, canine, they had everything here.
Police loudspeakers. Telling the person to come out of the house.
Wendell Ward shares a back fence with the two homes the SWAT team had surrounded. All the commotion had him turning on his police scanner.
And we heard the officer saying that they could observe people in the house barricading the door from the inside.
The El Dorado County Sheriff's Office says it all started when it got a call reporting a fight at a home on Toyin Drive.
I heard some screaming and yelling about 5 minutes later.
The Sheriff's Office says responding officers found several people injured there, including one who had been stabbed. While the victims were rushed to the hospital, two suspects, 23-year-old Richard Almeida and 24-year-old Anthony Marquez, both from Sacramento, had barricaded themselves inside one of the two homes on Matrix Court, kicking off a standoff which lasted for hours.
They just kept saying the same thing over the loudspeaker, come out and you won't get hurt.
Police say Marquez gave up first after a short time, but Almeida wouldn't come out. In the meantime, Ward says he could only sleep a few minutes before negotiators were on that loudspeaker again.
At one point, they were able to get close enough to the person to talk to them, and they said over the radio traffic that he was going to go back inside and have a beer and think about it. I'm sure that would help.
Eventually, the SWAT team found a way to get Almeida to surrender.
When we heard a dog barking, and shortly after that, it got quiet. So I'm assuming the dog convinced him to come out.
In Diamond Springs, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Both Almeida and Marquez have been charged with assault with a deadly weapon. The El Dorado County Sheriff's Office says none of its deputies were hurt during the standoff.